Hello everybody, this is Dredd vs. Death, a game that takes place in the 2000 AD comic book world, and you play as Judge Dredd. Right here I need to arrest all of these protesters, and I'm going to skip an arrest animation just by doing any other animation, like reloading, and that skips you having to arrest them, or rather doing the animation. And right here I'm damage boosting with high X and pausing repeatedly, and every time you pause it actually resets your fall speed to 0. So I paused really quickly right after the jump, and that gave me enough distance to go over a kill trigger, and then afterwards I paused a little bit slower just to reset my fall speed so I didn't die to fall damage. Fall damage in this game is actually a little bit finicky. If you fall for like more than 2 seconds, then you just kind of instantly die. And next up here I need to deal with this bank robbery. And the auto aim in this game is actually RNG. And right now I'm getting pretty bad RNG and missing most of these people. Here, okay, they're grouped together, that's actually really nice. And this guy ran all the way around, and then he's running back. Okay, we got him. You have to deal with everybody there before you can move on. Next up I need to deal with I need to murder every single vampire in the level. And this part is just memorizing spawns and making sure you time your reloads so you don't end up just staring at one reloading. Headshots do actually matter, but they're kind of finicky to get because of the random auto aim.
Where did these beasts come from?
Oh, I'm stuck. If you look in the bottom right, there's actually the meter with the eagle on it. That's actually my law meter. If that runs out by shooting too many civilians, I'll actually fail the mission, so I need to be a little bit careful here, not to shoot anymore. But once I deal with these last ones, since I've completed all 3 objectives, the mission will end. So with a lot of the objectives in this game, you don't, like, at the beginning it tells you to arrest all the people, but there's only a minimum amount you have to arrest. The other ones you can actually just shoot to kill. As long as you've dealt with all of them, it's perfectly fine. The auto aim it's kind of completely random where your shots will go. So sometimes you aim right at somebody and you'll hit them right on, other times you'll miss completely. And sometimes you just aim way off and it'll still hit them. It's kind of silly. So I need to get over these fences, which didn't let me go over quickly, so I just had to do a quick damage boost. It only costs a tiny bit of health, so it's not too bad. Most of this level is just running to the end, but there are a few pretty neat tricks that I'll do. Moving in this game is actually pretty difficult, mostly because most walls in this game and fences and benches and everything just want to grab on and hold on to you. So if you can make your way through without getting caught, you'll actually go a lot faster. Here I throw a grenade, which seems to kind of break the AI and just make them stand there so you can kill them quickly. I'm only going to use a grenade in one other spot in this run. And I left one vampire in the first area just because you can ignore him, but the rest of the vampires have to die before you can move on. And normally you have to run all the way up to the top here and hit a button and run all the way back down and open a door. But instead, with high X, I can actually jump on here. Fuck. Jump onto this and jump over the wall. And here it skips the trigger of this wall exploding. but the hitboxes aren't there, so you can see the thing that crashes through the door normally is just floating in midair. I hit the button just for safety in case I don't quite get over the gate. I can just fall down and go through. Now this is kind of dangerous. I need to make sure I don't get caught by all these vampires. Hitting buttons is also kind of finicky sometimes. You can do a damage boost over there from the elevator, but it's a little bit dangerous. Just because you're going to be taking more damage later on in this level. Now this wall is particularly bad about grabbing on. If you run into this wall while the elevator's going down, you will actually get completely stuck, and you'll have to kill yourself. Here I can ignore the vampires that are on fire and just kill the other ones. Okay. That unlocks the button. And everybody else in this level I can just ignore.
Dredd, we've just lost contact with the chamber where the Dark Judges are being held. Get over there fast.
This fence is, or this door rather, is also pretty keen on grabbing you. So I actually crouch through there and jump, just because you move faster while jumping while crouching. Here I get set on fire, just because the hitbox on that explosion is really, really big and really long. And it's kind of hard to see where you're going when you're on fire, but it's not too bad. And I can just run to the end of the level here. The cutscenes are actually pretty entertaining, but unfortunately we can skip them all. Here I need to arrest a certain number of this gang. I'm just going to play it safe and not lose too much of my law meter. You'll actually lose law meter if you attack them while they're surrendering or before they have their weapon out. Oh, that's weird. Normally when you pull that wheel there on the outside, they'll all just surrender immediately. But they didn't that time. It's fine though. Here I shoot those barrels because it makes those two give up. And there's another couple that you have to deal with over here. Just like the protesters at the beginning, you have to deal with all of them before you can move on. Either by arresting or by killing. So I absolutely need to go and get the ones that are hiding in the corner. And earlier there I actually switched weapons rather than reloading to cancel the animation. Just any animation works, like punching or switching ammo types, those are all fine. Those people just give up as soon as you show up. It's kind of funny. But you actually don't need to arrest any of these people. You can just run past them. And the rest of this level is just very carefully running through without getting caught on anything. There are some enemies with laser guns, and lasers actually ignore your shields and do damage to your health directly. So that's why I had to pick up a health pack right at the very beginning of the level, otherwise I would not make it through. If you look at the bottom left, the boxes around the outside of the shield, the vertical bar is my health, and then underneath there are the health packs. When you run out of health, you use up one of your med packs, like right there. So I need to try and jump around this corner and actually hit this thing. Oh, I missed. As soon as you blow it up, the door starts opening, so if you hit it really early, you don't have to crouch and go through. You can just run right through. I'm just killing a few other people for safety. And right here is the only other use for a grenade. I'm gonna grenade this boss. And you have to deal with all of the people here, including those guys. And the fastest way to deal with the boss is to arrest him. It actually takes quite a while to kill him. So just throwing a grenade so he surrenders and then arresting him is the fastest way.
Got to wait, Dredd. There's trouble at the Ryder Mega Mall. We need you there ASAP.
And now it doesn't actually matter, so I can just kill him anyway. But you'll see my log meter went down a lot when I did that. So this is the Mega Mall. This is actually the worst, one of the worst levels because it's so reliant on AI. Throughout this entire level, I need to deal with I think it's 10 total civilians, and I need to rescue at least 3. So the fastest way is to... They're not all together, they're actually spread out in groups. So I'm gonna rescue the 3 that are easiest to rescue, and then make sure the other ones die. Also, it's very easy to get caught on basically anything in this level. So your movement has to be very clean. All of the railings along the outside, all of the doors, all of these zombies are all really easy to get caught on. Here's a flaming vampire that you just run past, it doesn't matter. It's a little bit silly, I don't know why they have him there. You need to hit that button before you can go up here and go through this door. So here's the first 2 civilians. I could just shoot them, but I'm gonna be a little bit careful and tell them to follow me, and hopefully they'll die. Yep, they both died to that vampire, or to that zombie rather, which is ideal. I'm gonna switch to armor piercing for these vampires, just because they die a lot faster to that. And I can just ignore this objective. Now coming up here, if I jump on this railing, then, whoops, I missed it. If you land on that guy's head, you'll avoid the fall damage, and whenever you get fall damage you actually slow down for a second, so it's a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna kill these certain vampires, zombies, sorry. And those are the only ones that actually attack, so I can just ignore the rest. These guys love to get stuck, so I just need to make sure that they're all actually following before I move on. Okay. They're good. And there, all 3 of those are rescued, I can move on. And now I don't need to worry about rescuing anymore for the level. Just jump on this railing because it's a little bit faster. Now I can actually kill 3 of these people safely without failing the mission. Actually, I'm gonna just be a little bit careful, only do 2. And now I just need to wait for the other 2 to die. Okay, there's 1 more that can die. We're just gonna make sure this guy doesn't want to die. Okay, well, we had enough log meter just to shoot him, so that's good. As I said before, they all have to be dealt with in one way or another. If you want to save them, you have to bring them all the way out here, and that takes a long time. So it's much faster just to shoot them. Now this level is kind of hilarious. This is the Dr. Dick Icarus lab. So this is the Dick skip. I'm actually just going to jump off the side and pause buffer my way all the way down. And the ending level is actually just down here. So if I just pause every couple seconds, every time I pause I just stop the fall and can just glide on safely. You can pause further out, but I'm just playing it a little bit safe. And here I just jump while crouching and you move like twice as fast. And just like that, I'm at the very end of the level. And that's it. And this level immediately starts. I can jump right here to get over that. It's a bit finicky. There's a lot of optional objectives in this level that I completely ignore. Here I do a damage boost up here to skip a staircase. Oh, there the stairs just grabbed onto me. These people love to get in your way, so I just like to make sure they're dead. And they also have laser pistols which ignore your shields. They're kind of dangerous. Sorry, Zarian, it's not your fault. So you're supposed to save Judge Goodwin here, but unfortunately Judge Goodwin is not going to make it. I'm just going to take a second just to grab some health here. And the rest of the level is just running to the end. Oops. Those laser weapons can actually take off your health really quickly. And now we have another kind of annoying level. This is the hospital. You have to save a bunch of civilians right at the start. So I'm going to save these two. I'm going to kill this one because they're so far out of the way. I just need to lead them into this room and then they'll be saved. They can actually still die while they're in that room, but there's no zombies around there, so it's fine. I can just leave. And there's 3 here that I want to die because they're really far away from the safe zones. Oh, come on. Be a hero, zombie. Be a hero. Nice. Okay. I can afford to kill one. And now I need to go across to the other side. Where there's a few more. There's a couple in here. Oops. I should get that one to fall. One down. Okay, they're both down. That was really quick. There's a judge down here who can randomly be using either High X or Incendiary, and I actually forgot them to make them follow. That's fine. I was... Oh, okay. That was scary. Alright, there's no more zombies, so I don't have to worry about closing the door. So sometimes that judge can be using Incendiary, and Incendiary is the most utterly worthless weapon in the game. All it does is just set them on fire and very, very slowly damage them over time. But luckily that judge was using High X and could actually contribute to killing things. Alright, now I need to make sure all of these vampires die. I'm gonna kill this one in the background first. These guys are lining up, which is nice. And that judge is helping. Okay, I just had to murder that judge, I'm sorry. But they got in my way, and I had lots of law meters spare. Up here is the boss fight. You don't actually fight the boss directly, because if you kill the boss, then their like ghost spirit thing will escape or something, I don't know, it's storyline. Don't worry about it. The point is you need to capture him alive. So I'm actually going to shoot all these valves. Normally if you pull the... he's ice skating. Normally when you spin that wheel you have to wait for all the valves to burst, but you can actually just shoot them. And that makes the escape way faster. And you don't have to worry about any of the civilians that are in the end there. Now we have another really short level. I'm actually going to go out of bounds right off the bat. And that lets me, oops. Oh my. Okay. Like I said, it's really easy to get stuck. So I need to damage this robot out of the way, just to make sure I can get through. And I turned on the sprinklers, and now I just need to press all these sprinklers on. And that's all you have to do for this level. There's Judge Fire. He's actually really annoying because he can... Did I hit the button? No. Buttons are kind of finicky. He can set you on fire like this, it just makes it really hard to see. It doesn't really do much damage. And that's it. Yeah, it was still under a minute for the level, even with getting stuck. Now this is Recyc. This is actually a pretty dangerous level, and it has a lot of pretty big skips.
Watch yourself, Dredd. Side division's getting some strong signals from your location. Dredd, we have confirmation from one of the
I need to kill these two zombies in order to move on. And these guys are supposed to give you a security access, but you can just run right past them and that counts. I guess they just kind of throw it at you as you're running past. Now I need to wait. Whoops, wrong one. Need to wait for this. There we go. Now I need to get past a bunch of things without taking too much damage, because I will be doing some damage boosts later on. If you're not careful, you can easily get stuck in that room. Here is decontamination. You need to get through each door as fast as possible. You don't really have to kill these guys fast, it doesn't really matter. There you can see headshots just kill them extremely quickly. This guy's a jerk and likes to get in the way. And up here we have an elevator that's on a global timer. And I got alright time. I'm just waiting a little bit for it to go back up. And I have to be very careful not to get stuck in this fence, because if you're under the fence at all, you'll just get stuck. It's pretty annoying. And the corners are very easy to get stuck on there. You slalom through those three guys. And now over here, I'm going to jump on this railing. And that gets me up here and skips a decent chunk of the level. And then over here, I'm going to jump on this sign and run through. And that skips another chunk of the level. And that saves a lot of time. There's a whole bunch of zombies there, you can just hold right and just get past all of them. It's kind of silly.
I'm coming for you, Death.
And getting through this hole is pretty difficult. Got a first try, nice. And that's it for the level. Now, Undercity as a level is pretty boring. It's basically just movement optimization, and that's it. But it has one of the best end bosses ever from any game. It's basically the most well-designed boss I've ever seen, I think. It's pretty fantastic. When I hook this, I can pick up a grenade launcher, which will be useful. These guys, these fatties with the wheels under their fat, they actually have by far the most health of any enemy in the game. It takes a lot of shots to kill them. Luckily, you can just run right past them. Whoop. It's fine. That's odd. Usually you can just get right past that guy. Oh, sometimes there's a vampire there. So when you're playing on co-op, this bus just kind of disappears. It's kind of funny. I'm not really sure why that happens. These guys like to kill themselves. He almost did right there. They're not very good with grenade launchers. And up here is the Fear boss fight. Judge Fear. So I'm going to ignore him and just run into this corner. Just wait for him to run up, and then I'm going to run over here. And he's going to follow me. And, okay, not very good RNG. But I can just blast him off the edge. Sometimes he'll actually just stand here and just run directly over the edge. It's fantastic AI, and I love it. Killing him like that is much, much faster than just shooting him. So right up here we have a gate that's locked until you kill a certain amount of people. But since this is a well-designed game, you can actually just jump over. It's actually very easy to do. And we have another thing, another gate. And again, you can just damage boost around. You don't even have to damage boost, it just makes it a little bit more consistent. It's very simple. And up here we have a third gate, and unfortunately this one you cannot skip. But it's very quick to kill these guys. This is the fastest gate for killing people. And this is the final boss. And this thing is invulnerable. You actually can't do anything to hurt it. Instead what you have to do is rescue 3 of these judges. And just hope they don't die. It's basically the strat. Okay, that vampire actually just ran into the middle and killed himself. That's pretty funny. And unfortunately, these guys are complete RNG. It's random if they decide to run into the middle or just kind of run in circles for a while. Oh, where's the third one? So I just need to wait for them to run into the middle before the level will end. Ah. Okay, that guy's way over there. That's annoying. So I'm just going to continue killing skeletons just to make sure that these guys are safe. Death is actually completely harmless. You can just hang out at his crotch, and there's nothing he can do about it. And with that, that's it. Time stops as soon as you end that last mission. And that's it for Judge Dredd versus Death.
We just eliminated the last of the vampires from Sector 5. The regen infestation is over.
Good work, Dredd. Rest assured that we're stepping up security on the Dark Judges.
What about Anderson?
Containing Judge Death's essence was a terrible strain on her.
But she's doing fine, thank you very much. Joe, you weren't worried about me, were you?
Control to Dredd. Block war in progress. Corner of Reeves and Hopper.
On my way, Control. Dredd out.
I guess we'll never know.
I am the law.